kids, Miss Kulkarni here. Let's continue with our acids and bases and let's review our knowledge for naming acids and bases and also writing the formula. If you remember, this is our magic phrase. I ate something icky all night. Look at the spelling for night. It's N-I-T-E. I was nauseous when I took a ride on a hydraulic plane. How does it translate for naming the acids? Which means if the negative polyatomic part is ending with 8, the acid name will end up with ic. So like nitrate will become nitric acid. And if all night, ITE is the ending part, if your polyatomic is ending with ites, then your acid will be ending with us. Like nitrite will become nitrous. And if your polyatomic, or maybe rather I will say an element negative group is ending with IDE, like chloride, bromide, then your acid will be hydro, that chloro bromo come in between, and then it will be ic acid. Here is the example of few acids, and the way you begin naming the acid is first identify the negative part for each of the acid. Leave that hydrogen and everything remaining will be the negative part. Get the formula along with the charge. So this will be Br -1, this will be SO4 -2, the name will be in this case sulfate, name will be in this case bromide, and then remember the phrase which we have, it's ending with ide, so it will be I took a ride on hydraulic plane, so this becomes hydro, and since we have bromine there, hydrobromic acid. This is sulfate ending with 8. So I ate something icky, so that becomes sulfuric acid, and so and so. When we actually find out all the anion formula and the anion names, it is pretty straightforward because each of them will end up with a particular ide, 8 or ite, and then we can easily find out all these answers. I want you to carefully look at the last one. Look at that. There is Se. Selenium can be used as a negative ion, anion. In that case, we call it as selenide. And then the acid becomes hydroselenic acid because it's ending with ide, and then it isn't simply ide, so it's hydroic acid. Alright, how do we name the bases? If it is an hydroxide with -1 charge, we simply form an ionic compound based upon the charge for the metal and hydroxide. We can get the formula. So like strontium hydroxide will be SrOH and 2. So here is what we end up getting the answer for each of those. For writing the formula, get the metal ion with the charge and form an ionic compound with hydroxide. And for getting the name for the base, it's simply the first name and last name. You write the metal and then we write hydroxide. And of course, if the metal has a different charge, don't forget to use the Roman numeral. That's all, guys. So naming acids and bases is pretty simple, right? Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you in next video. Until then, bye-bye.